What happened shocked everyone. Listen up, kids, and I'll tell you a spooky story about Santos, a man with scars all over his face, who lived in a dusty town called San Viento. It sat on the edge of a big desert where the wind always sounded like it was whispering secrets. Santos was rich, and his money came from old treasures, things like statues and jewelry he dug up from the ground. People didn't ask about his scars, but they knew he'd once been happy with Elena, a girl so pretty she was like a flower in the dry sand. They were going to get married, and Santos loved her more than anything. But then Juan showed up, a guy with a big smile who tricked people with his smooth talk. He stole Elena away, and Santos's heart broke. After that, he stayed alone, thinking about how to get her back. One foggy night, Santos walked to an old bridge where the air felt creepy and cold. He couldn't stop thinking about a wedding invitation he'd gotten. Elena and Juan were getting married in the town's big church. Something pulled him to that bridge, and there he saw her, Lita, a strange lady in dirty clothes. Her gray hair was messy, her eyes looked cloudy like she couldn't see, and she was mumbling weird words. In her hands, she held a locket, a shiny one with EM on it. Santos knew it right away. It was Elena's, a special gift he'd seen her wear when they were together. His heart jumped, full of questions. "Hey, who are you?" he asked, trying to sound tough. She kept mumbling, her words like a song that gave him goosebumps. "Where'd you get that locket?" he said, quieter this time, remembering Elena's smile. "She's in trouble," Lita said in a scratchy voice. "He took it. He took me too." Santos didn't get it, but he felt a spark, like maybe he could save Elena and win her back. "Come with me," he said, holding out his hand. Lita stood up, wobbly but ready, and followed him into the foggy night. The church in San Viento was super old, with colorful windows that made rainbows on the floor. On the wedding day, it was full of flowers and candles, all bright and happy. Elena stood up front, wearing a white dress that made her look like a princess. Santos's heart hurt seeing her. He still loved her so much. Juan was next to her, smiling big, but Santos knew that smile hid something bad. The doors creaked open, and everyone got quiet as Santos walked in with Lita. Her messy clothes dragged dirt, and her whispers made the air feel chilly. People stared, some mad, some confused. Elena looked at Santos, and for a second her eyes were soft, like she remembered their good times. She saw the locket in Lita's hand and stepped closer. Juan's smile got shaky. "Santos," he said, trying to sound cool, "why'd you bring this messy lady?" Santos looked right at Elena. "I brought someone who knows the truth," he said. "Elena, come back to me. I can keep you safe." She took a step toward him, her hand touching his scarred face. "I missed you sometimes," she said softly, and Santos's heart leaped. He thought maybe she still loved him too. But then Lita pointed at Juan and yelled, "You're a killer! A thief! I was Elena's helper, and you got rid of me because I saw you steal a bad ring. You hid me under this church." The ground shook a little and a big wind blew through, smashing the pretty windows into sparkly pieces. Juan's ring, it was black and creepy, started glowing green, and everyone got scared. Elena pulled away from Santos. "What's happening?" she asked, her voice wobbly. Santos grabbed her hand. "Juan's bad news, Elena. I'm here to help you." But Lita started to glow, and then, whoosh, she turned into a giant ghost, tall and spooky, with light and shadows swirling around her. People screamed as the big table up front broke in half, and misty stuff grabbed Juan, pulling him into a weird, empty space. "Tell the truth," Lita's ghost voice boomed, loud as thunder. "I did it," Juan shouted, looking scared. "I took her out. She saw me steal the ring from Santos's stuff. It's magic and gives power, but you have to do bad things for it. I buried her under the church so no one would know." The floor cracked open, and there were old bones in a pile, wearing bits of a helper's apron. Elena jumped back, her eyes wide. "Did you know about this?" she asked Santos, pulling her hand away. "I guess something was wrong," he said, reaching for her. "I wanted to save you." But her face got mad. "You didn't come to save me. You came to show off and mess everything up. You're just like him, using me. She turned away, and Santos felt like really bad. Stay tuned for the next part.